Today, I am going to be giving you a sneak peek of a brand new series on the channel called LOWluxury Archive. In this series, we're going to take deep dives every single week into a different piece from a designer's archives and check out what it's all about. And our first designer that we're really going to be focusing on here is Demna Gvasalia of Balenciaga. So as time goes on, we're going to be looking at pieces from Demna all the way back to his first collection for the house. But today I'm just so psyched. I had to get ahead of it because I've got a piece that I'm so excited to look at. And that is, let me lean down here, the Balenciaga Runners. These are a very new sneaker, so this is one of the newest pieces that we will be looking at on the series, but they are very, very worth looking at, let me tell ya. So here's how the series is gonna work. It's gonna be a bit different from our normal legit check review videos. First, we're gonna take a look at the actual collection that this piece came from so you get some kind of historical context. Then we'll take a deep dive close up on these sneakers and look at the little details. And finally, of course, we will try them on to give you a review. But not just that, we are gonna reflect back to that original runway look that Demna put together, and we're gonna either try and match or beat that look. So let's dive in. Yo. Before we get too much further, subscribe to the channel. I make tons of luxury and streetwear content. And also, if you're looking for deals on luxury and streetwear, check the description. I've got some of the best sites with all authentic stuff. Check it out. All right, here we are on the Balenciaga page on Vogue Runway. This site's incredible because they archive just about every collection by a brand, so you can go through and look at all the pieces from every past year, every past designer. Demna, his first collection for the house was way back in fall 2016, but the collection we're looking at today is actually pre-fall 2021. And it's actually pretty rare that Demna would release a new big flagship shoe silhouette, sneaker silhouette in a pre-collection, but this era was also a little bit weird for Balenciaga because he was also working on the couture collection at this time. So I think it made sense. He was like, hey, I've got this great new sneaker. What collection can I put it in? Not couture, we'll put it in pre-fall. But this collection is very cool, obviously going much harder into the gay pride aspect of things. Demna kind of staying true to himself, right? And of course, we had the introduction of the runner. You can see it in looks like this one. Side note, I love the trompe-l'oeil kind of jeans that started coming out a little before this and into this season as well. Mwah. And you can see that they still have the chunkiness of a triple S or a track or something, but they have that kind of tapering, sleeker, more runner, trainer, vintage silhouette at the same time. So you've got the modern chunkiness and the old school kind of sleek runner trainer. So let's see if we can find our colorway here. Ours is a silver blue. I love that burgundy colorway as well. Oh my God. This jacket. Someday we may be looking at more pieces from this collection because I'm loving a lot of this here. And there we have it. Ooh. So remember I said that we are going to try to either emulate, or if there's anything we can improve upon, try to improve upon this look. This, when we try these shoes on, is the look we're going to be going for because there's our colorway. As you can see, numbers on the toe. I love that. We'll talk about that more in a bit, but there is an aspect of this that I absolutely love. Again, the trompe-l'oeil jeans and a big old overcoat. Tight green, I've got the perfect shirt for that, and a cap. The Balenciaga caps as well are super iconic, and there's some ones out there, especially the half and half, black and white split one with the eyebrow piercing looking thing. I love that hat. So there's our look, and there are our shoes, and this is the collection that it came from. Other than these, it really feels like Demna playing with some kind of common archetypes of the house. That's generally what he does in the pre-collections. He uses those to play and have fun with the codes that he's created. But it's the main collections, the spring and fall, that he tries to really push things forward and create new things within his design language. But stuff like this, he's just trying to have fun with what he loves about Balenciaga. And you can really see that on display here. Oh, I spy some Vibrams. I don't know if we'll ever be looking at those. It'd be interesting. I'd love to get my hands on them, but I don't think I can, I'd be willing to pay as much as they cost for a pair of those. But that's okay, because we're not focusing on the V-rims today. We are focusing on, let me get a finale look here. Give me some. We are focusing on the runners. All right, now that we know where these sneakers came from, let's take a closer look at the details. So the box is like your typical Balenciaga gray. It's the matte gray, not textured, and it's like a fairly average size. It's definitely, it's on the bigger side for a shoe box, but not like, you know, the big Balenciaga boxes that you might be used to for the Triple S or something. Just printed on there, we've got the Balenciaga logo in black. You can't feel those letters or anything. And the sides and bottom are blank for the most part, no writing or anything, although you do get this, it's kind of like a flap lid with a little cutout here. One of the short sides will have a little tag like this kind of folded over, and that's the one that has all of the good information. And I've always said that these are one of the best ways to legit check, sometimes even better than the shoe itself. Usually the retailer puts this sticker on, so yours may or may not have that, or it may look different than this, but it does have like a model number up top, a size, color, all that stuff, and all that should match what's on the other sticker and should match with the shoe you've got. If you've got like, I don't know, red shoes and it says the color is blue, that's a bad sign. You can also see the price on there. It's that's heavy. That's heavy. Balenciaga. However, this sticker should be on every single pair. Again, we've got that model number, that's the 677, etc. one right there. We've got the model name, which is Runner, of course, in all caps. Colorway, 4-color upper/rubber, gray, blue, black, and our size, E43. I believe the E is just for Euro. Off on the right, we get a picture, and Balenciaga used to just do like black and white wireframe kind of outlines, but here they've got a real like full rendering of it in color. And underneath in all caps, made in China, and that is just fine. A lot of Balenciaga shoes, including the Triple S, are made in China. That's just where they have like the best manufacturing for sneakers like this. All right, I know what you guys care about. I know what you want to see. Yeah, whew, yes. Yes. A receipt's always good to have if you buy these secondhand. And it's good that it's on real receipt paper, not like printer paper that some fakes do, because some fakes, they will try to make it look like they have a receipt, but they don't. And there we go. There are the shoes. And listen, some people say these just look like ASICs, and I mean, I think they're missing the point, because that kind of is the point. This is like taking cues from old beat-up dad shoe runners. That is the vibe. And moving into the details here, if there's one headline, it is absolutely distressed. These things are distressed in every conceivable way. Like zooming in, take a look at the rough edges here, the scuffing, these like dark marks over here, everywhere. Everywhere you look, they have done some element to intentionally wear these in some way. If you look through the history of Balenciaga shoes, it's clear that even though they're maybe not the most popular Balenciaga shoe silhouette, I think the tracks were the most important sneaker in Demna's kind of growth as a designer. Because every single sneaker since then really has had some kind of element of this layering and musculature and panels that really started with the tracks. Of course, we've got more than enough branding to go around. We've got that little guy right there. At the toe caps, you get this guy. Of course, you get the Stitch logo up here at the tongue. And at the back of the shoe, you got a kind of like distorted logo right there under that clear rubber. While we're at the front here, you can see maybe my favorite element, which is this guy. Balenciaga loves putting the size on the toe, but this is maybe my favorite way they've done it yet. Because I don't know how much thrifting you guys do, but this looks just like the prices that at Goodwill, they will like Sharpie with a white or silver Sharpie the price onto the sole of the shoe, and it looks identical to this. So it's just another way of bringing that kind of like age and cheapness into a luxury shoe. Another big thing here as far as the distressing is the glue. And what do I mean when I talk about glue? Well, let's take a closer look here. Do you see this? Hold on, let me get focus up. Yeah, that's glue. That's just hardened glue. Look at that in there. Just big, big globs of it there. So it's like this sole has been like re-cemented on or something, but badly. But it's done in such a specific way. Like, look at that. And it's also really fun because a lot of fake Balenciagas, like the triple S's especially, a really good way to tell is if you can see visible glue at the midsole and things like that. But here they're like, we'll do it ourselves. And Demna actually worked back in the day at Maison Margiela, and this actually reminds me a lot of one of the semi-recent Maison Margiela shoes, and one that they covered in glue. So I think that's also a nice homage there. The sole here is quite techy. There's a bunch of different elements to this. And again, similar to the track, it's got that right there on the sole curved around. So it's bicolor, blue and black, matching the kind of upper a little bit. We've got a clear kind of rubber unit right here. And then going around the back, we've got these black treads going around. Again, a little bit of glue coming through there. Another thing that you'll notice is some like hard cuts. Like, do you see how this panel is just chopped right off? There's no like smoothing of the edge. It's like they literally just cut it with scissors, and you can even see stuffing coming out here. And if you move around, you'll see it again around the ankle. The tongue juts out quite a bit here, so you can really get in there to see all of the elements. Much like pretty much all of Balenciaga's recent sneakers, these are leather-free, and as we saw, made in China. The insole does just pop right out. It's not like sewn or glued in or anything. You've got a really nice curve up at the top here for the back of your heel, printed logo, and the bottom, it's fairly standard. We've got some numbers right along here, as you can see, but I'm not sure that those necessarily mean anything, except at the end you do get a size, which should match yours. And then inside the shoe, you can see that it's sewn down really cleanly all around the edges in black, and right in the middle there underneath, that is a little circular hole, which is something that most Balenciaga sneakers have there. For some reason, they put that hole there, and it is a good sign of authenticity, because a lot of fakes miss that. Anyway, in my view, these are easily the best sneakers that Demna has put out since the Triple S or maybe the Track. They are just incredible, and they're getting dunked on real hard right now, and I don't think it's deserved. I get that a hyper distressed luxury shoe is going to be a hard pill to swallow for some people, but I mean, Golden Goose has been doing it for years, and people love them for the most part, seemingly. So, hey, if Balenciaga wants to do it, and they want to do it with their kind of signature style, chunky, cool, retro style, I don't even know what you want to call it, like, I am all for that. And now that we've checked out all of those details, let's try these on. And again, we are going to be either trying to match or beat that original Runway Fit. I'm so excited for this. All right, let's take another look at that original Runway look, and we can see there's a lot of elements here, and I've got to tell you, there are a lot of things that I don't have perfect one-to-one matches for. So let's start at the top. Let's start with the hat. He's got like a burgundy hat here, but what we've got to go with, just because of the options I've got available, we've got to go with a kind of like mustard yellow Noah hat. But you know, like a burgundy to a mustard, I feel like that could work. And yellow with the blue of the shoes, again, I think that'll work okay here. And we can already see under here the overcoat we're going to use. So this one is like a khaki, classic khaki trench coat. What we're going to go with is like a brown plaid etro trench coat. This thing is absolutely sick, let me tell you. But you can see like with the shirt, we've got a kind of like dark like fall vibe. This is the pre-fall collection, of course, but like, you know, the forest greens, the khakis, stuff like that. But like I said, we do have the perfect undershirt here. The color is perfect, the texture is perfect, it's like tighter, stretchier. This is a Prada mock neck long sleeve here in a kind of like stretch material. So this is like one-to-one perfect fit with what we have in the original Runway look. And then finally for those jeans, as I mentioned, I don't have a pair of those, faux ripped jeans with the underpiece. They're so cool. I hope we can get one in the future. But what we're going to go with here, I believe this is 6th collection, right? Am I crazy here? 6. Killing it. Okay. And that covers it, because this can get high waist like the original Runway look, and it's quite long, so I think that'll work well. And then of course we've got our shoes. So let's put it all together. Prada vibes, love it. All right, let's put it all together and see what we can do. Where to start with this? Even though this look has quite a few tweaks from the original, I think it still really captures like the vibe and energy that look in that model had. So this is a look that I'll probably end up using myself. Let's talk about the fit of these. So of course they are tagged to size 43, which generally equates to a US men's size 10. I would say these are more like a 10.5. They definitely have a bit of roominess to them. I was actually expecting them to fit quite tight, but no, they've got that roominess, but that is totally fine by me. I'm actually probably a bit more of a true 10.5 than a 10, but if you're in between sizes and you're worried about that and you don't want it too big, I'd go down a size. The feel is really good. You would be surprised in person by how chunky these are and how heavy they are. They definitely have some weight to them, they have some significance to them, some heft to them, and they feel much closer to a triple S or something like that than you would think. They're definitely not on that level, but that sole unit is very, very solid. But that being said, the step is very comfortable. It feels like there's a good amount of cushioning. The footbed is not super wide, but not too thin either. It is just about right, I would say. Like, I doubt you'll have any issues unless you've got like super wide feet. And the heel, you can feel that the back of your heel comes up a bit, almost like a heeled shoe. So it feels like it does also give you a little bit of extra height. But even beyond all that, it's about the look. These are getting goofed on, but I feel like within a year, people are going to turn around on these, and these are going to be way, way, way coveted by a lot of people. They just have an iconic look to them already, and you can tell that this is going to be picked up by a certain subset of fashion lovers. And for that reason, I'm happy to get ahead of the curve. I think these are a worthy addition to any Balenciaga archive, and honestly, I kind of like getting pre-distressed stuff because it makes me feel less bad wearing it out and giving them more wear, because hey, it's already distressed anyway. So like, I'm gonna wear the heck out of these things and I won't feel bad about it. So that was the first episode of Low Luxury Archive. I hope you enjoyed, and those were the Balenciaga Runner sneakers. Sick, right? So take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.